They laughed at him. They told him he would fail. And for a moment, he believed them. Until he realized every great mind in history was once doubted. But the difference? They never quit. There was a man who failed 10,000 times before he succeeded. His name? Thomas Edison. A young boy who was rejected by his dream company 12 times before being hired. Howard Schultz, the creator of Starbucks. A boxer who lost almost everything before becoming a legend. Muhammad Ali. The truth is, your mind is built for survival, not for success. It whispers, "Give up," when things get hard. But champions, they reprogram their minds to fight back. So, the next time you feel like quitting, ask yourself, what if this pain is just the price for something greater? What if one more try is all it takes? Because those who succeed are not the ones who never failed, but the ones who refuse to. What if I told you that everything weighing you down, the stress, the chaos, the constant overthinking, could vanish in just a few minutes? Sounds impossible, right? But there's one ancient Stoic principle, practiced by emperors and warriors, that can shift your entire mindset instantly. It's not a gimmick. It's not a hack. It's a truth that's been buried for centuries. And once you understand it, you'll never see your problems the same way again. Stick around, because what you'll hear next has the power to change how you live. Forever. We live in a world that's constantly moving. The relentless hum of traffic, the endless notifications on our phones, the chaos of trying to juggle work, relationships, and an ever-growing list of things to do. It's exhausting, isn't it? We're bombarded with expectations, from the world around us, from social media, from ourselves. And instead of finding peace, we find anxiety. We try to control it all. But the more we try, the more we feel like we're losing grip. We chase the wrong things for control. We think if we just keep our careers on track, if we just check off every to-do list, if we just keep up with the trends, we'll find peace. But it's a lie. The truth is, control isn't found in the external world. It's not found in trying to control people, events, or circumstances. Instead, the more we reach for control outside of ourselves, the more overwhelmed we become. This constant pressure is why so many of us feel stuck, stressed, and burned out. We're playing a game that was never meant to be won. But what if I told you that real control doesn't come from fighting the chaos outside? What if it came from embracing something simple, yet profound? A Stoic principle that ancient philosophers swore by. Stick with me, because what you're about to discover could change everything. Now let's take a step back. What if I told you there's a philosophy that's been around for over 2,000 years, and it's been helping people navigate some of the toughest times in history? This philosophy is called Stoicism. At its core, Stoicism is simple. It's the idea that while we can't control everything that happens to us, we can control how we respond. It teaches us that happiness doesn't come from the external world, but from how we manage our inner world. Now, this might sound like common sense, but when it was first practiced, it was revolutionary. The Stoics, men like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, were leaders and thinkers who lived through some of the most chaotic and uncertain times in history. Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor, leading an empire through war, plague, and political unrest. Epictetus was born a slave and became one of the most respected teachers of his time. Seneca, a statesman, faced exile, political intrigue, and personal loss. These were not men who lived sheltered, comfortable lives. They faced real suffering, real challenges, and yet they thrived. How? By embracing the Stoic mindset. They understood that life is unpredictable and hardship is inevitable. But what they also realized is that how we respond to life's challenges determines our inner peace. In a world of chaos, Stoicism gave them clarity. In times of uncertainty, it gave them purpose. And this philosophy was built specifically for people facing difficulty, adversity, and hardship. In fact, Stoicism was designed for hard times. It's a philosophy that says, you can't control everything, but you can control your thoughts, actions, and reactions. But among all their teachings, one stood out. The Stoics boiled down life's chaos into one powerful idea, and it's called the dichotomy of control. At its core, it's simple. There are things within our control, and then there are things outside of our control. Think about it for a moment. There's a lot in life that we can't control. We can't control the weather. We can't control what others think or say about us. We can't control the past, and we certainly can't control the future. But here's the key. While we can't control these things, we can control how we respond to them. Let me give you a few real-life examples. Imagine you're driving to work. You can't control the traffic. It's out of your hands. But you can control your patience. You can't change the fact that you're stuck in traffic, but you can choose not to get frustrated, angry, or stressed. You can choose to use that time to listen to something positive, to think, or to just breathe. Or think about a conversation. Let's say someone says something rude to you. You can't control their words, their attitude, or their behavior. But you can control how you react. You can choose to let it slide, to respond calmly, or to walk away. What's in your control is how you manage your emotions and actions in that moment. Take another example. Imagine you're working on a project, and everything is going wrong. Deadlines are being missed. People aren't doing their part. You can't control their mistakes or the situations unfolding around you, but you can control your response. You can choose to remain calm, to find solutions, to focus on what you can control, and that mindset will keep you moving forward. This simple principle is life-changing. Instead of wasting energy on things that are out of your hands, you focus all your power on what you can control: your thoughts, your reactions, your actions. Now, here's where the magic happens. Adopting the dichotomy of control mindset doesn't just change the way you respond to life's challenges. It changes the way you see the world. Imagine a life where you're no longer drained by stress over things you can't change. What if you could let go of the constant worry about the future, the opinions of others, or the things that are outside your control? When you shift your focus to what's in your control, everything changes. You begin to see the world through a new lens, a lens that brings clarity, peace, and resilience. Psychologically, this is supported by something known as locus of control. Studies have shown that people who have an internal locus of control, those who believe they can influence their own outcomes, experience lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. They feel empowered, and as a result, they handle life's challenges more effectively. But don't just take my word for it. Epictetus, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, put it perfectly when he said, "Happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle. Some things are within our control, and some things are not." That's it. The foundation of peace and happiness lies in understanding that you don't need to control everything. You just need to control yourself, your reactions, your thoughts, and your actions. This mindset creates inner peace because you stop fighting against things you cannot change. You stop resisting the flow of life. Instead, you learn to flow with it, trusting that your responses are where your power lies. It also builds resilience. Think about it. If you no longer stress about everything that happens around you, you become stronger in the face of adversity. You develop a deep, unwavering confidence in your ability to handle whatever life throws your way. And instead of seeing challenges as threats, you begin to see them as opportunities to practice control over your mind, your actions, and your emotions. And with resilience comes mental clarity. When you focus only on what's in your control, your mind becomes sharp. You stop wasting energy on worry, fear, or regret. You free up space for creativity, problem-solving, and calm decision-making. You can approach any situation with a clear head, knowing that your response is the only thing you truly control. Now that you understand the power of the dichotomy of control, let's break it down into 3 simple steps that you can start using right now to change your life. Step 1. Pause and ask yourself, is this within my control? Whenever you feel stressed or overwhelmed, take a moment to pause. Ask yourself, can I control this situation? Can I control the actions of others? Can I change the outcome? If the answer is no, then it's time to let go. Step 2. Let go of what isn't in your control. This step might be the hardest, but it's also the most freeing. Let go of the need to control what's outside of you. If someone's behavior, the weather, or the economy is stressing you out, remember, these things are not yours to change. Release the emotional grip you have on them, and you'll instantly feel lighter. Step 3. Redirect your focus to your response, your effort. Now, shift your attention back to what you can control, your attitude, your actions, your effort. Focus on what you can do in the present moment. How can you respond in a way that aligns with your values, your peace, your strength? By practicing these 3 steps, you'll train your mind to stop wasting energy on things that don't matter and start investing in what you can change. This isn't just some ancient theory or a nice idea to think about when life gets tough. The dichotomy of control has been put into practice by some of the most resilient and successful people in history. People who faced unimaginable challenges and still thrived. Take Marcus Aurelius, for example. The Roman emperor, facing endless battles and personal loss, could have crumbled under the pressure. But instead, he embraced the Stoic mindset. In the midst of war, plague, and political turmoil, Marcus wrote in his personal journals, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Therefore, keep yourself simple, good, pure, unpretentious, a friend of justice, God-fearing, kind, full of affection, strong for your proper work." Marcus couldn't control the chaos of war or the fate of his empire, but he controlled his response. His ability to remain calm and focused in the face of adversity was the very reason he is remembered as one of the greatest leaders in history. Another powerful example is Nelson Mandela. After spending 27 years in prison, Mandela could have emerged bitter, angry, and broken. But instead, he embraced this principle. He focused on what he could control: his thoughts, his emotions, and his actions. Even when facing years of unjust imprisonment, Mandela's mindset never wavered. He became a symbol of resilience and peace because he knew that his inner strength, not his external circumstances, would define his life. So here's the takeaway. You can't control everything, but you can always control your response. That's the power of the dichotomy of control, a simple principle that can completely transform the way you experience life. Now, I challenge you. Apply this principle for just one day. Start noticing what's in your control and let go of the rest. See how it shifts your mindset. You'll be amazed at how quickly your stress, anxiety, and frustration fade away, replaced by clarity and calm. And if this has helped you, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, subscribe for more Stoic insights, and share it with someone who needs this clarity in their life. Take control of your mind. You have the power.